Now, you've already kind of answered this yourself in one of your speeches, but I want to ask you again, because you kind of went quite low-key at the beginning of the year, and there were these rumours that you were very ill, which came up out of that. You have poo-pooed them, but where did these rumours come from?
Well, I mean, they expected me to do what all the others did. You know, this is the first ever fixed-term parliament, so we've got the longest general election campaign in history. They all came out on January the 2nd, lobbing their artillery pieces at each other, being incredibly negative. I mean, just look at the way the newspapers cover Ed Miliband. You know, it is really vile. Forget the politics of it. It's personal, you know, ad hominem attacks, it's nasty. But I just took the view, the public, by the time May the 7th comes along, they're going to be so bored with this, better that I keep out of the limelight for a bit.
So you weren't ill at all?
I'm fit as a flea.
Fleas only last a year.
Well, I've only got to last until the 7th of May. That's the same. No, I mean, I won't be in the London Marathon next year, let's be frank. And my body's been fairly badly bashed up by 2 very big accidents. But given all of that, I'm in pretty good nick.
With that, with the, you know, we never see you without. I mean, we've done it ourselves today. Introduced you as the beer swilling, fag smoking. Do you ever have any guilt about that whatsoever?
Look, I only spend 5 or 6 hours a day in the pub. That's all I do. You know, I can't see what all the fuss is about.
Well,
really.
what does if I was your wife, I would be giving you a bad telling off for that. What does your wife think?
No, look, the thing is, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, right, and I'm really home before midnight. I work very, very hard.
That's terrible. And then you smoke and drink as well.
But I think...
That's not a good example to the people.
Well, I think at lunchtime, I deserve a sherbet.
Do you think that's why a lot of people love you? Because you're very good with your beer and fag stories.
Well, those stories, that's what I do. I mean,
When do you get to spend time with your wife and your children?
Well, at the moment, I don't. And I was very honest about that the other day. I said, you know, you cannot conduct any sense of family life and do politics. Now, I noticed that the other 3 big leaders are very good at coming on programmes like this and saying what wonderful family men they are and how they do the school run, and when the babies were little they changed all the nappies and did the night feeds. Well, maybe that's true, but all I can say is my life in politics is pretty much impossible to do that.
You've said in the past, again, that your first marriage, part of it breaking down was your dedication to politics and not being around very much. You're obviously on your second marriage now, and we're hearing the same story. Is it all worth it? Is politics worth...
Well, I think people that go into politics and have got ambition, whether it's personal ambition or whether it's wanting to change things, I think by nature you've got to be a fairly selfish person to do that. So that's a story against myself, but I think it's the truth.